Well, our reporter Bulelani Phillip is live for us in Cape Town with political party reaction to the VAT update. Bulelani, a very good afternoon to you. I mean, I would imagine there is a lot of reaction to this dramatic about turn by the Finance Ministry just a mere few days ahead of the 1st of May. Just listening to those views from South Africans, whilst they welcome this move, there's also a lot of anxiety just given so much uncertainty. What's been the reaction from your end?
Well, all round, Unati, the decision by the finance minister has been welcomed, but of course it's been welcomed for different reasons. On the end of the EFF as well as the DA, they were quick to point out that this decision was actually forced on the part of the minister after the two parties lodged a High Court application here in the Western Cape High Court. They're saying that it's been stubborn to listen to the concerns of not only the political parties, but also those of the civil society. So they are saying that he was actually forced to actually implement this kind of a decision. But of course, if you look on the other hand of the government of National Unity Partners, they are saying that while they welcome this actual decision by the minister, it would look like the other parties like the DA and the EFF have been politicking around this matter, and the GNU partners are united in the fact that they didn't want to cause any chaos in the finances of the country as well as the market. So the discussions really now is where to now. And if you look at the statement that has been issued by the finance minister, he says that in order for this decision to be effected, he will bring a rates bill to Parliament in order for it to be processed in order to give effect to this proposed VAT hike. But again, in that process, the minister says that they have to first go and do adjustments because that the VAT hike, it means that now that it's gone away, it means that the budget will also be tweaked to ensure that that 75 billion rand is catered for. Now, the question that has been asked by some of the political parties like the EFF is how long will that process take in order for this rates bill to be put before Parliament, because they believe that the actual issue of the announcement, it may be bringing celebrations that may be short-lived, because if that bill is not processed and passed by a Parliament, it means then therefore that businesses can go ahead in terms of implementing that 15.5% VAT hike, pending of course the approval of this rates bill that will be before Parliament. Because the argument again that was raised in the High Court case is that the minister does not have the power to implement the budget alone. In whatever decision that it takes, he must confer with Parliament. So those are the intricacies and the dynamics that we see in this process that is unfolding. Unati.
A lot of uncertainty too there, Bulelani. But very quickly, before I let you go, Bulelani, of course, a lot of parties have spent quite a considerable amount of time in consultation, particularly with the ANC. Of course, we saw that press conference earlier on today. Just give us a sense then in terms of the dynamics that are likely to follow, given, this dynamic with the VAT increase within the political parties. Do you get a sense that this does, in a way, pave or create an opportunity, perhaps, for parties to continue to engage?
Well, there was one statement that was issued this morning by the DA Federal Chairperson, Ms. Helen Zille, saying that this whole debacle, if it was in another country, the finance minister would actually be forced to resign. So you can see that there is still a lot of tensions, particularly between the other GNU partners as well as the DA. And she was actually conceding that, the trust within the negotiations that have happened and within the coalition itself is actually quite low. So we'll have to wait and see whether will this GNU last or not, or will it be reconfigured to exclude the parties like the DA, for example. But I think at the end of the day, what we should really be looking forward to is that the issues that will relate to the budget adjustment, there's agreement that they should not affect the frontline services. So that's the issue that I think is the cornerstone of the discussions, at least within the GNU partners.
All right, Bulelani, thank you so much for that. Bulelani Phillip is out in Cape Town.